Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss the problem A from the latest AdCoder regular contest 106, problem name 106. So you're given an integer n and you have to determine whether there exists a pair of positive integer AB such that 3 to the power of A plus 5 to the power of B is equal to n, and find one such pair if it exists, and if it doesn't exist you have to return on -1. So that's the whole question. As you can see, 106 can be expressed as 3 to the power 4 plus 5 to the power 2. So as you can see, okay. Now the first thing to notice in this question is there should be positive integers only. So it means that it should be greater than 0. It cannot be 0. It should be 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now, and the second constraint is if there is not like no answer possible, the answer is -1. Now, how to think over or approach this problem? First, see the constraints. N is up to 10 to the power 18. Okay, no problem. The second thing you have to notice in this problem is, see, if you keep on increasing a, if a is equal to 1, 2, 3, the value of 3 to the power of 3 to the power of a increase exponentially. So can you get the maximum upper bound of what is the maximum value of a you will put? What I mean by this is, let's assume that I put just b equal to 1, the smallest b possible, b is equal to 1, and you know that the maximum n can be 10 to the power 18. So for 10 to the power 18 and b equal to 1, like what can you tell that what is the maximum value of a? Because in that case b is the smallest and thus a will be the maximum because n is maximum. So if how can you find out? It's very simple. If you have like 3 to the power of a and if you equate it, let's assume to be a rough estimate, it's equal to n, which is 10 to the power 18. You just do a log on both sides. So it will be like log of 3 base 10, it is base 10, so a is equal to 18, and you just divide 18 by log base 3, so log 10 base 3, and the answer will be like approximate equal to like around 37. Or you can ask like to a whole number like around 10 to multiple of 10, you can assume to be a 40 number, 40, and then you have to do the same for 5. And if you like put the a equal to 1, the smallest b or the maximum b you can get is around 25. So you can assume it to be 30. So you know that the maximum range for a is equal to 40 and for b equal to like 30. It's very small. So you just have to find out the pair value for a and b. And you know that the maximum value of a can get up to 40 and b equal to 30. So you can iterate over all the possible combinations. Put a equal to 1 and b all 30 values, then a equal to 2, all 30 values. So it's just 40 into 30. That's the maximum like number of checks you have to do for finding out if any pair exists, then it will be the answer. If no pair exists, then the answer is like -1. And that's the logic for this problem. The main thing you have to observe is overflows. So I have already like told you in some previous video how to check for overflows. The best way I think to check overflows is, see, what overflow does to the number is the number gets bigger, and then it comes to a certain point in which the number cannot hold such big number and it overflows. So it overflows. It's like turning around and go to the starting point. It become a negative number. It's like you are keep on making this number big, and then so let's say that it's a very small number. It's a 0 or very small number -1 minus a very small number. You keep on increasing that number and then it doesn't sustain that high number and then go back to the same point. So because it overflows. Okay, so now how you can check for overflows? Because if it is not overflowing, then the next number is always greater than the previous number. What I mean by this is, like, let's assume that the first number you get is 3, the next number is 3 into 3, the next number is 3 into 3 into 3. So it will keep on multiplying 3. So the next number should always be greater than 3. So like the first number is 3, then 9, so then like 81, so 27, 81, so on. So the next number is always greater than the previous number. But if it overflows, the next number is smaller than the previous number. Okay, so I hope you get the point. So you just have to check that the next number should be greater than the previous number. The next number we have to generate. The first number is, let's assume, 3. The next number is 3 into 3. So the next number is 3 into 3 into 3. So the next number should be greater than the previous number. Previous number means that if first number is 3, next number is 9, next number is 27. So because we're multiplying 3 at every point, and thus the next number should be greater than the previous number, or else if it's smaller than, it means that we have overflowed and we don't have to do anything else. So that's the whole logic for this problem. I'll tell you more with the code how you're dealing with overflows also. So that's the logic and that's the code. So what you can easily do it here is you can take input of A and B. So because you are multiplying 3 at every step, you can use the previous number to generate the next number. What I mean by this is, if you know that after multiplying 3 times, the number become 27. So you can store 27. Now if you want to multiply 3 again, you just multiply 3 with 27, it become 81. So you will multiply, now the next number is 81. So you can multiply 3 again. So you can keep on generating the next number, because you have to find out 3 to the power of A and B to the power, like 5 to the power of B. So that's, we have used A and B to store the power of 3 and like 3 to the power of A and 5 to the power of B. So you can only do this. So as I told you, I'll do the for loop from 1 to 40 for 3 and from 1 to 30 for 5. And you just keep on multiplying this A with 3. So for every A value, I have to generate a new B value. Okay, so that's why for every I have to first initialize B equal to 1, and then I will just multiply A with A and B with this. And at any point, if A plus B, because A is 3 to the power of I and B is like 5 to the power of J. Okay, and then at any point, if A plus B become equal to N, the answer is just I and J, because that's are the power. Else if you go through this whole for loop of nested for loop, and anytime it overflows, how you can check? So as you can see, the previous number is B and the next number is B into 5, because I'm multiplying 5 to this B. If it is smaller than as I told you, the next number should be greater than the previous number. If the next number is smaller than the previous number, then we just break out, because we have encountered an overflow. Same, we have to do the same for A part also. If this happens, then we just break out. Else, if this condition holds true, then the answer is IJ. Else, if this condition doesn't match anywhere, then the answer is -1. And that's the logic for this problem. I hope you get the gist and the explanation and the code as well. If you still have any doubts, please mention now. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next one. Keep coding. Bye.